I have researched history of two different palaces. One is a Buckingham Palace, which is of UK, and Mysore Palace. And I would be comparing like both history. They are so unique and different. So as we go through it, we can notice that Buckingham Palace is about 355 feet, which is 108 meters across in the front. In it is in is 390 feet, that's 120 meters deep, and 80 feet is 24 meters high, including the quadrangle has the total floor exceeding of 77,000 square meters, which is huge. Inside the Buckingham Palace, there are about 775 rooms, including 19 state rooms, 52 royal and guest bedrooms. So the number could change, but that's like the unique one. It also has about 188 staff bedrooms, with 92 offices and 78 bedrooms. Then we notice that Mysore Palace, that is three-storied palace, along with 145 feet 5-story tower. It's really large and was built with fine Greek granite with deep pink marble used for the domes, which is very beautiful. And they are about square feet, 5 stories tall, which is really long. And each of the cardinal points pointed with pink domes, which is amazing and very beautiful. It is attempt with find of such adversity is very challenging, and it's not easy to build such a beautiful structure. And it's equating of 43,560 square feet, and the entire property occupies the grantum, which is 31,36,320 square feet, and the visitors need to remove the shoes to enter the palace, as it is the rule. As per the history of the Buckingham Palace, the palace stands to be tracked back to the reign of King James I of the early 17th century. He started the plantation of mulberries for rearing of silkworms from the palace gardens are now located there. Charles I then gave the garden to Lord Ashton in 1628, and it is clear from the records that the large house already existed on the site at this time, and the house had many owners and tenants until in 1698 it was left to the man who gave the house its name, John Sheffield. Later was a Duke of the Buckingham. So originally it was a house was for the royals, and then it continued. So it was actually originally a garden house technically. Then you see the old Buckingham Palace, which was built in 1846. It was beautiful, which has like a little river path with a lot of fountain, beautiful birds, and people would go across. It was very well maintained from history. And then we know you see the new Buckingham Palace. It's literally concrete, so there's no any pool right now. It's like a large building with some beautiful garden, and there's a path. So literally the water is like removed. The spring, there's no spring water. It's just like a building, and then there are like cars, vehicles going in this garden, and there's a gate, and it has a complete new look from the old look. And you see, when you go inside the Buckingham Palace, it's very beautifully decorated. It has like really good chandeliers and a lot of different portraits. It has portraits from historic time. Most of them are from medieval era, and it's very beautiful. Mainly, it has preserved the beautiful heritage of the Britain's history to from different generations of the royal kingdom. And then you see the Mysore Palace history, where the old fort was Pugari. was known early, so it was technically a citadel, which was which faced eastwards of Chamunda temple. So she's a goddess. Originally, the old fort palace was constructed by Yadura. It was a king, old king of Karnataka, who was from Vardia dynasty of 14th century. The palace was then demolished and then reconstructed several times over centuries. So it was due to different regions. Originally, it was built in 1574 CE by Chamaraja Vadriya V of the Mysore, which was the seventh king of that dynasty. The palace was then struck by lightning and destroyed. So just because of that, it got damaged. And then Shimaran Maharaj Vamshavali, the history of Mysore royal family. Then he took the challenge to reconstruct it, and then Randir Katiyaravan Narajar Vadria, so the Vadria king that time. Then he was the 12th king who rebuilt the palace in 1638. Then again, during the Islamic invasion of the Mysore palace, Tipu Sultan abandoned all the pretension of the owing legacies of Vadria kings, and his father Hyder Ali destroyed several areas of the palace because due to the war they had, it was damaged. And that was in 1797 to make the new capital to Nazarbad. He wanted to change the name to Nazarbad. Then after that, the coordination of the Vadria three king conducted one of the construction sheds of the Nazarbad. So the name was like changed by them, and then the king, and then he reconstructed the palace that was destroyed by fire during a freaking accident, which was at 1897. It was about the wedding event of Jayalakshmani, that was the princess of Karnataka. And then it's just the architecture. I'm pretty sure not many people were injured. It's just the accident in the palace that caused the fire. And then the later, when we know the Mysore palace was constructed in 1879, and then in 1912 the old palace that was burned down was all rebuilt by Queen Regent of Vani Valisa and Maharaja Krishna Raja Vadrio, which was Krishna Raja Vadrio commissioned the British architecture. So he took help of Henry Irvine to build the palace, and then the construction of Mysore Palace was completed in 1912. The cost approximately of 42 lakhs, which was of $30 million, adjusted by inflation. In 1940, under the reign of Maharaja Vadria, it was further expanded, and during his renovation the present Dalbar Hall wing was also added. So it added like a new feature to beautify the palace, and visitors could visit and view it. It's a beautiful tourist place as well as royals home. And then you notice the Mysore Palace founder, he originally built the layout which is simple, very simple, the old palace that was taken off because due to a fire accident which happened in 1897, because that time it was so beautiful, and then rebuild it. And then you see the new Mysore Palace. It looked gorgeous because the whole frame was remodeled with really beautiful dome structure and beautiful garden. It has like a beautiful scenic beauty even from behind with the mountain sculpture and a beautiful garden layout with trees, different varieties of trees and lights around it. In the night view, it's just beautiful with amazing large number of lights decorated over the palace. Then when you go inside the palace, it has beautiful creative pillars and architecture inside. Everything of it is beautifully creatively. Each of the pillar is decorated. Even the ceiling is decorated with lights and chandeliers, and it's amazing. So this, in conclusion, you see they have so unique decorations for these palaces that tourists can spot the difference between architecture of Mysore Palace and Buckingham Palace. So which palace you like to visit is up to you. So the choice is